Violence is wrong. Politically motivated violence is wrong. This must stop. To every politician who is using rhetoric demonizing ICE and demonizing CBP, stop. To every politician demanding that ICE agents be doxxed and calling for people to go after their families, stop. This has very real consequences. Look, in America, we disagree. That's fine. That's the democratic process. But your political opponents are not Nazis.
Senator Ted Cruz, they're not mincing words. The shooting in Texas today marking the latest example of anti-ICE attacks escalating across our nation. From opening fire at ICE facilities to hitting officers with cars, the increase in assaults continues to skyrocket. The National News Desk, Jeff Harris, joins us, and you've been looking into the numbers tonight, specifically attacks against ICE officers and ICE facilities. Jeff, what did you find?
So back in June, the Department of Homeland Security reported its first significant surge in assaults on ICE officers, a 500% increase. But now 90 days later, that number has doubled. DHS reporting as of September, assaults increased over 1,000%. As for ICE facilities, there have been multiple attacks within the last few months alone, including bomb threats, active shooters, and coordinated attacks by rioters. Border Czar Tom Homan repeatedly saying inappropriate rhetoric plays a major factor.
The rhetoric against the men and women of ICE is skyrocketing.
The most recent attack happening Wednesday at the same ICE field office in Dallas that received a bomb threat in August. A sniper killing a detainee while injuring 2 others. FBI officials saying ammunition with, quote, anti-ICE messages were found at the scene. Another happening on July 4th when a group of rioters attacked an ICE detention center in Alvarado, Texas, shooting and injuring an officer.
Unfortunately, we see this kind of violence out on our streets every day.
Following the attack in Dallas, California Governor Gavin Newsom under renewed fire for signing and promoting the No Secret Police Act, which would ban law enforcement from protecting their identities to keep them from being targeted and doxxed online.
These are not just authoritarian tendencies. These are authoritarian actions by an authoritarian government.
Less than 24 hours after those comments, a spokesperson for Newsom condemning the attack in Texas, writing in part, quote, "We must continue advocating for peace and justice in times of division." Meanwhile, Vice President J.D. Vance says the attacks on law enforcement, specifically ICE, must stop, calling out rhetoric from the Democratic Party.
But if your political rhetoric encourages violence against our law enforcement, you can go straight to hell.
Now, as ICE attacks continue to rise, researchers from the University of Maryland also finding in the first half of 2025, 35% of extremist-related violence targeted U.S. government personnel or facilities. Reporting for the National News Desk, I'm Jeff Harris.